This is Adelaide's FIVEAA.
Partly cloudy again tomorrow, 15 the top. With the 4 o'clock news, I'm David Bruce.
Need a new mattress? Save big dollars and buy direct from the manufacturer. Elite Bedding, South Road, Edwardstown.
A group of climate protesters have been removed by police from Parliament House in Canberra. About 24 demonstrators started chanting in the foyer, demanding more is done to deal with the issue. Labor is planning to cut carbon emissions by 43% this decade, but some people argue the target is not ambitious enough. The coalition remains divided over climate change policy, with some members prepared to cross the floor and back Labor's proposal. The federal government will introduce that legislation tomorrow. The opposition says it won't support Labor's target, meaning the government needs to rely on the Greens to get it passed. Liberal MP Bridget Archer is urging her colleagues to reconsider their position.
Yeah, I do think it is time to put the climate wars aside. I'll look to see the legislation, and then of course I'll also be listening closely to my colleagues and to their views.
The opposition leader has congratulated fellow Queenslander Milton Dick for becoming the new Speaker of Federal Parliament. It'll be his job to run the building and preside over question time, and he'll be removing himself from Labor caucus meetings to ensure the highest level of impartiality. Peter Dutton has told Parliament he believes Milton Dick will follow in the footsteps of previous speakers.
I pay tribute to your predecessors, as I say, but the standard now has been set by the member for Casey, and we expect big things of you.
And another Queensland MP, Bob Katter, says he's firmly against closing Australia's border to Indonesia, despite fears foot and mouth disease could cripple the agricultural industry. He says stopping travel between the two countries is not the answer.
We don't want to ban tourism with Bali or anything like that. I mean, Indonesia will retaliate, and when we had the ban on live cattle, it was only there for 3 weeks, but Indonesia just got very, very angry.
The boyfriend of a German backpacker found dead 17 years ago in the New South Wales town of Lismore has been arrested in WA. 25-year-old Simone Strobel's boyfriend, with whom she'd been travelling, has been taken into custody. The now 42-year-old has faced an extradition hearing in a court in Perth. Following his girlfriend's death, he was flown home to Germany with her body on a flight funded by the Lismore community. German authorities suspected him of her murder, but no charges were laid. And now turning to FIVEAA Sport. Manly insists it's not a divided club, despite the controversy engulfing the NRL club. 7 players have stood down from Thursday night's match after they objected to wearing a special Pride jersey. But Sea Eagles coach Des Hasler says the team remains united.
The playing group are solid and understanding of each other's views. As a club, we will wear the jersey on Thursday night.
Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Complete windscreens, same-day service and best price guaranteed. Proudly South Australian since 1976. Complete windscreens.
At Anglevale, look out for a smash on Heaslip Road near Anglevale Road. In Hindmarsh, we've got a car fire there, Port Road near Queen Streets. In the Parklands, there's a blackout near Glen Osmond Road and Hutt Road. That's affecting some traffic lines, so take care through there. And we're quite busy at the moment, Port Rush Road near Glen Osmond Road. Cameras Bartels Road in the city and Dawes Road at St Mary's. Click Frenzy Due Love starts 6:30 tonight. Get up to 80% off big name brands across all categories. Sign up now to clickfrenzy.com.au to unlock exclusive discounts. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
And the FIVEAA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy for the rest of today and tomorrow, 16 the top tomorrow. A shower or two on Thursday, still in the mid-teens. Currently 14. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
See the moment a northern suburbs home burst into flames. Police now on the hunt for an arsonist. How Australia's new disease threat might impact visits to the zoo. New TikTok tricks selling junk food to kids. The latest findings on undiagnosed migraines. Plus, we reveal the best time to book a cheap holiday. I'm Kate Collins. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
The FIVEAA Sport Show with Stephen Rowe. Adelaide's sport destination.
Scraped your caravan? Your insurance should cover that. Speak to Walker Crash Repairs and let them fix it.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
6 minutes after 4. Lots to get into today. Plenty of footy and plenty of other sport. And we'll get to your call shortly. Stephen Rowe joins me, Sam Tugwell. Welcome, Rowey.
Hello, Sam. It's Kevin Sheedy Day. He's back from the Tiwi Islands, TI country, for BL Shipway. Looking forward to that. Cornsey after 5 on Neil Curley's funeral yesterday. It was a great celebration of life. Chelsea Randall, Crows AFLW captain for what? The 7th consecutive year.
Yes.
She's a star, that lady.
She is.
And Mitch McCarron, great story from the 36ers. Their season starts in just over 2 months. But we love your calls. Actually, we've been loving the interaction. Lines are available right now. We love taking your calls up to 4:30. Get to it. Be great. Let's start here. Sack Hinkley supporters' rage reaches new levels. That was the Adelaide Now story. Sack Hinkley. Now, after a gutless supporter stuck a Sack Hinkley message on Port's main signboard outside the club headquarters, so every staff, every volunteer, every executive, every coach, every player, the heart of your club drive past that sign with Sack Hinkley on there. Here's assistant coach Brett Montgomery.
I think he feels the expectation. He sets the expectation, so I don't think he'll be any stranger to that. I think what we know about our supporter base is their passion levels are a little higher than most now. Whether that's real or not, that's how we feel it. I think that's a good thing. That passion, if that's boiled over to, what was it, a sign on Port Road? I mean, that's just passion that our people have, so he'll push on.
Well, you're better than me, Monty. Now, who'd do that? What unemployed bum would get a ladder with no front teeth and climb up there and do that sort of thing, hey? And there's Twitter accounts, you've seen them. Ken, has he been sacked yet? That's one of them.
Yeah, that's one of
Has
them.
he been sacked yet? There's countless Facebook and Big Footy posts, sack Ken. I'd love one of you Port cowards, and that's pretty much what you are, to come on and explain to me your logic. I want to understand the logic. I want to understand the logic of Port people that want their 10-year coach gone when he actually helped build that club and get it in a really good and strong position. Because I'd swap with you. Any Port supporter, I'd swap with you. I'd swap your list right now. So, have you got someone better? Have you got Alistair Clarkson? You no-tooth person?
So that's right. If you sack Ken Hinkley, what's on the other side?
How are you going to pay him out? I don't know, with marbles? and what's he really done wrong? He took a pay cut through COVID to help and assist. And he's rebuilt the club of the list from 2012 from very humble beginnings.
Correct.
Can someone please from Port state your case, and I will give you airtime to do so, and I'll shut up. In actual fact, Sam, turn me off when they ring.
Okay.
Turn me off
Permission.
and let them go, row. These are the reasons.
Okay.
Go on, get to it. 8223 Because at the moment, you just seem to me to be gutless wonders, very brave in the dark of the night to hang a sign up or tap your keyboard.
Okay.
Come on.
Have your say.
Into a public domain with your name and tell us why you want Ken sacked.
What do you want from your new coach as well?
Crows skipper Rory Sloane, ever the optimist, had a Q&A with members today from noon. He was asked about next season.
Next year we'll make finals, I reckon.
Oh,
Hang on.
Hang on.
Play it again.
Next year we'll make finals,
Yep.
I reckon.
That's how I roll, mate.
No, you did not.
I love his enthusiasm and his positivity. Now, I hope he's right. The state needs it. Adelaide Oval needs it. The SMA need it. I know the forecasting, now that Port are out, they're not going to get a home final. That has massive ramifications on the state, on the SANFL, on the SMA, on Adelaide Oval. We need it. Rory, the state needs you, mate. And you know what? Why not? Why not have that opinion? I can't wait to speak to him Thursday. Trade out, then trade some in. They got pick 3. I don't know, Land Grundy. I love Rory's. Is it blind faith?
It is blind faith, but it's also optimism.
We'll speak to him Thursday. God love him. Round 23 has landed and Crows will play Port Saturday night at 7 p.m. Both teams playing for probably then pride, maybe bragging rights for the fans. Some on new contracts or want new contracts. Most will be playing for their 2023 season. And Ken maybe for the last time. Who knows? It's Port's home showdown, and they'll be wearing their black and white prison bar strip. The AFL to soon rubber stamp that request, is what I'm led to believe.
Okay.
So if you look at it, and you know what? If they don't, just wear it anyway.
No, you can't do that.
Well, why not? It's round 23. What can they do?
Well, they're out of finals. You can get ripped of premiership points, but it probably doesn't matter, does it?
I think it needs to be another parting gift from Gil McLachlan. TV deal, all but done.
Yep.
Is that what we're hearing?
Yep, just about.
The CBA,
Yep, done.
all but done. Tassie team,
Not yet.
get it done. Curls is a legend.
Yes, we're good to do that.
And Port's prison bar jumper. 3 gifts.
Nice.
4 gifts. Gil,
Do
I'll
that.
put it on the list.
I like it.
Hey, who wants a countdown clock on the big screen? Here's Patrick Dangerfield.
Absolutely. In an AFL game, with all the technology that we have, we still have team members and staff holding, pieces of paper on the sideline saying, there's 30 seconds to go. I'm not sure why there is anyone that opposes it. I don't think it's a unique thing in our game that's like, wow, that's pretty special to have. You don't have a clock. Surely it's something that we can look at going forward.
Can understand players would love that. So with 45 seconds on the clock in the Collingwood-Essendon game, Collingwood did this.
Moore's going to go. Charges off half-back. Bianco's out. Thumps a long one. Elliott takes the mark.
No one knew the time.
No one.
There was 30 seconds held up by a card
Yep.
on the Bombers interchange and Port Adelaide's interchange. So no one really knew the true time. None of the fans at the game, and I reckon that's the thing, the crowd at the G had no idea that the siren would go. Then Elliott coming in for his kick, he kicks it, and the explosion of emotion, even I got tingles.
There's the siren. Arms in the air. Siren's gone through. Jamie Elliott has won the game of footy for this famous club.
Don't you love that?
Yeah. So for me, it's the uncertainty. It's the not knowing. That's the theatre.
Yeah.
That's the emotion. Now, if we had a countdown clock, would that have been the same? Would have it been the same? So you're looking up at the board, 5, 4, 3. Then you're looking back down at Elliott, 2. Oh, hang on, he's marked it. Or there's 1 second left, he can't play on.
Yep.
Because in the end, this is what happened. This is, on the other hand, the Richmond play, his name was Cumberland, in the Fremantle Tigers game, marked the ball right on the 50, and he can roost at this kid.
He can.
But the minute he took the mark, he played on.
Frederick, a little chance there. Pickett, can he send it forward bound? Yes, the mark is taken. He's played on. The siren sound.
No.
The siren's gone as he played on. Goodness gracious me, Cumberland.
And it was a draw.
Theatre.
It's a draw.
But that's theatre.
It is.
That is what makes the game. So have you say, leave it or get it. I think it's like... I've had 3 babies. I didn't know what the sex was with any of them.
Yep.
So when the baby pops out, it's just raw emotion.
Yep.
That's what we want. And it's heightened with the not knowings. Have you say, countdown clock or leave it?
What would you like to... there's been calls in the past for the 5-minute warning in TV broadcast. People love the suspense. Do you like the suspense at footy games? Because it's interesting that Paddy Dangerfield would like to see a countdown clock so it's a little bit more predictable when the end is nearing. Have your say, 8223 300 00. We're going to chat to Kevin Sheedy as we sit off the top of the show very shortly. Graham Corns is in the studio, Chelsea Randall to join us, as is Mitch McCarron, and one Supercars Championship driver, Brodie Kostecki, will join us on the show as well. We've got your chance to win your way to the V8 Supercars this weekend, the OTR Super Sprint. All you have to do is listen out for our cue to call tonight. You hear that? You call in 8223 00 55 and a chance to win a double. We'll be doing that all the way through this week. It's 15 after 4. We'll take your calls next.
David and Will discuss the stories that matter to Adelaide. And you can get involved. Text the 5AA Breakfast Show on 0448 08 1395. Thanks to Automasters. Every month around 11,000 people trust Automasters. Isn't it time for you to switch and save?
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide tech guy Richard Pascoe. show, thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Once upon a time, laptops were assumed to have less features than their desktop counterparts. Now, it's laptops like the HP Pavilion series that are stealing all the thunder. The HP Pavilion X360 is a two-in-one device, meaning it can be a laptop or it can fold into a touchscreen device. Streaming movies and TV, keeping in touch with video calls and generally getting things done is way more fun on an X360. Not only can you bend and flip with its 360-degree hinge, but it is also built for a marathon with long-lasting battery life. Equipped with an Intel i3, 8GB of RAM and a 256GB solid-state drive, it's the perfect computer for work, school or university. Get into your local Harvey Norman store now and grab the HP Pavilion X360 for only $898.
Check out this great offer at FIVEAA.com.au, thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Great news for people on the move. Budget Car and Truck Rental have a new location, just north of the city at 354 North East Road, Clemzig, open 7 days a week. So, if you're moving out, or in, taking a load to the tip, or going on a big trip, you can do it all with Budget Car and Truck Rental. 7 metro locations, including their new site at Clemzig. Call 13 27 27. That's 13 27 27.
You can go everywhere, man, at the Let's Go Caravan and Camping Show, man.
It's a huge show, and it's on this week. For tickets, go to caravanandcampingsa.com.au.
The latest caravans, camper trailers and RVs, a huge range of camping equipment, four-wheel drive accessories and everything else for your dream road trip with experts on hand to help.
There'll be lots to see and do. Shop, learn and be entertained.
The Let's Go Caravan and Camping Show, yeah!
It's on this week, so don't miss out.
Let's go!
Of all the trillions of atoms in the universe, how special it is to think that the atoms of comets, volcanoes, brontosauruses and Shakespeare live on in you, me, chainsaws, pizza ovens, decorative garden meerkats. The middle aisle of Aldi Special Pies. It's special. You can buy every Wednesday and Saturday at Aldi. Good. Different.
Potential treatments for life-threatening conditions could be on the horizon thanks to the people of Adelaide. CMAX Clinical Research are looking for just 32 healthy volunteers aged 18 to 55 who do not have any medical conditions or concerns. Acute respiratory distress syndrome, the leading cause of death from COVID-19, has no current therapeutic treatment, and CMAX is involved in trialling one. All eligible participants are paid for their time. Apply for CM8821 at cmax.com.au. That's cmax.com.au.
Scraped your caravan? Don't worry. Call Walker Crash Repairs, your RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey Sport Show.
18 minutes after 4, we got your calls coming up very shortly. We're talking about the count up clock or the countdown clock. What do you prefer at the footy? What keeps the suspense? And we're also talking Ken Hinkley after the sign was put up yesterday on the Alberton. Was
disrespectful.
The big sign out front of Alberton at Port Road saying sack Ken.
Who would do that?
Who would do that?
I want the dude that did it to ring.
Well, we want to hear from you, Port fans. 822 300 00. We're going to speak to you next. First, we'll check the traffic. For a new Mitsubishi, you have two clear standouts, Wayville and Southern Mitsubishi, driven by Australian Motors.
At Fulham Gardens, there's a smash on Tapley's Hill Road near Grange Road. At Flitters Park, another collision there, Grange Road near Finton Road. At Paradise, look out for another collision, Darley Road near Lower North East Road. And Hindmarsh, we've got a car fire, Port Road near Queen Streets. Busy at the moment, Edward Street, Goodwood Road to South Road with cameras, Dawes Road, St Mary's and Fisher Streets at Malvern. Is your business still paying merchant fees and terminal rental? Make the switch to zero-cost FBOS by SmartPay. Visit smartpay.com.au. Minimum turnover and T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Hello, Paul.
G'day, mate. How are you?
You want to talk about Ken?
Yeah, I do. But firstly, I just want to congratulate 5AA for yesterday's service for Neil. I listened to the whole thing and I thought it was brilliant. In relation to the sign that got put out, I can't stand my mates who are Port Adelaide supporters who the minute things don't go right, they just want it. Nah, sack the coach. I don't get it. Like, he's a stand-up bloke. I may not know as much about football as the next person, but to me, in Ken I trust. And
well done,
I just
Paul.
don't see the point in saying this.
Yeah, Thank you, Paul. A lot of people on the Sip and Save text line are pro Ken, which is great. We love that. Hello, Lauren.
Hello. Stephen, just before you were talking about being disrespectful, to actually say Port Adelaide a supporter who has no teeth, we went through this with Patrick Dangerfield. Do you remember when he said Port Adelaide supporters have no teeth?
No. I said the person who put the sign up would have no teeth and he'd be an unemployed bum.
Well,
I feel
that's just demeaning. And the second thing is, yes, there may be the few, Stephen, but don't judge every supporter by the few.
Lauren, I'm not. My wife's entire family are Port. Love them.
Yeah.
Love him. My good mate Timmy
people.
G, love him. Scotty Hodges, love him. It's the bloke, the dude, the coward, the knobnut, the unemployed bum in the dark of night hangs a coward sign up there, and I said to him, I bet he has no front teeth.
Yeah, well, please, I just wanted to get that through because after we heard last night about poor Timmy losing his dad and that Lucas moment, that really did sit really poorly with me. And I think people need to start showing a little bit more respect. I never come onto your show and demean the Crows because like that, can you imagine the backlash I would get for one thing? But the point being, just be respectful to everyone. That's what I'm asking with everyone, please.
Lauren, beautiful words and great advice. Thanks for calling. Hello, Brenton.
Yeah, hello, Rowey. Rowey, I'm not one of those gutless wonders who sit back and won't put my name up. I want Ken Hinkley gone. I wanted him gone 5 years ago. So, I'm the first to put my name up.
Oh, Brent, you dropped out. Say it again. Tell me why and who's going to be better, who you're going to get and how you're going to pay him out. I mean, 3 pretty important questions, Brenton.
Well, why? 10 years and we haven't improved. We've done nothing, no premiership. We haven't even been in a premiership. So that's why. Who to replace him, that's the question I don't know because the one I want isn't available. And how are we going to pay him out? Well, do you think, Rowey, that people are going to turn up if we keep losing? Because unfortunately, that's the way the human people are. If you don't win, you don't go to the games.
Port people are turning up. The players are engaged. The club want him. He wants to stay. You've signed him. You played in the last 2 prelims. 3 since he's been there on the bones of your ass, Brenton, in 2012, and he's built your club to a strong position.
To a strong position, yeah, but we're where we are when he come 10 years ago.
No, Brenton, this is the problem. This is the problem. You're an old-fashioned Port supporter that expects to win. You can't in the big league, mate. It doesn't work that way. You've got draft picks, you've got concessions, you've got a salary cap, you've got 18 clubs fighting for the one spot. I mean, have a look at your Magpies team. I mean, have a look at them.
Haven't been travelling well. A couple on the Sip and Save text coming through. Ken Hinkley single-handedly saved Port Adelaide. How on earth did we survive the preceding 141 years? This one from Adam. Hi, guys. I'm still waiting for those 3 flags in 5 years. What a joke.
Yeah, well, that was a big statement. They've still got 3 years to go. They do. Hello, Frank.
How you going? I'm up mid-north, Rowey. I'm a gold member. I've been for quite a few years now. And I've been to one match.
Just say that again, Frank. I want to hear what you say. Say that again. You just broke out just that last little sentence.
I've only been to one match this year. I'm a gold member. I've got a seat at Adelaide Oval. The reception's not too good up here. I just want to thank you, Rowey, for sticking up for Ken. I'm absolutely sick and tired of the trolling and the signs and the sack Ken Hinkley on Facebook, and it's just disgusting. I don't know how people can do it. It's, we've all got lives. We've all got to put up with it. I just can't get over how people can be so terrible to other people. It's just disgusting.
Nah, Frank, thanks for that. I'm positive with the character that Ken is, that if he thought he was a part of the problem, he'd walk.
Of course.
He knows he's part of the solution. The players do, the club does. So why do the fans think he's not? And it's only a minority, I get that.
It's
the
impatience.
outspoken minority. But I've never seen a club's membership base or social base turn on anyone like this. I haven't.
It's impatience. There's a standard that's been set for many, many years at Port Adelaide that they demand success.
See,
and
I think that's a
after
lot of
10
crap.
years, they just think
That's a lot of
time's
crap.
up.
That's a lot of crap. Hello, Trevor.
G'day. Listen, tell you a couple of funny sides of footy, right? Collingwood have won 2 since 1958, right? You know that? 2 premierships since 1958, and they thought they were God's gift to the world. Right, they weren't. Right? Ken Hinkley, when they're all up there, everyone wants to pat him on the back. The others go and buy knives down the cheap jack shop. But I remember 1976, when they thought they had it won. At the end of the game, they were standing on the bridge at Port Adelaide ready to jump off, right, because Sturt flogged them in the grand final. These things happen in life. You spend 10 years at school and learn nothing. What do you get out of that? Hey?
Yeah, that's right. Trev, a lot of text, a lot along this line, the Sip and Save text line. I take offence to that crow making fun of no-teeth Port supporters. I said one Port supporter, don't get sensitive. And his sarcasm, I've had enough of listening to you. John, need a Port person on the show. Well, who?
Well, I'm going to read another one here. It says, proud to say I rang the club and asked for the sign to be removed. This is a no-name. I wish they put their name to this. I think if Port supporters actually look at the injuries we've had this year, they'll realise how well we've done. Would love to know how many of the Ken haters actually pay for a membership. That's the thing. A lot of these people, there's not a whole lot of faces to names, though, are they?
Just report. Here's another. Mr. Rowe, can you please issue an apology to unemployed people? What the hell for? Why?
Well, you just said this. You assumed the person might have been unemployed
I
with
made
no
a
teeth
lot of
because
broad
they were
statements. Don't get all sensitive about it. I said one bloke would have been an unemployed bum, a coward with no front teeth, working in the dark of the night to put a sign up about Ken Hinkley. Where is he? Where is this faceless twit?
Rob says, Stephen, I thought it was a pie in the sky when Port Adelaide said they could win 3 out of 5. Now I'm in fantasy land. Yeah, it's always big when you put those expectations
Let's
out.
get some levity to it, because we love him as a Port man. Johnny at Port Augusta. Hello, Johnny. Have I offended you? Have I?
Hello, boys. Yeah, I'm a Ken Hinkley fan. Look, he's played his part and helped chose the club, but it was on his knees 10 years ago. So how do you know he'll do better than anybody else? So I'm a Ken Hinkley fan, so back him in. But I just want to say, maybe we ought to start doing death threats like you blokes did to Robert Shaw. You got a short and selective memory, Rowey. And I've also got Scott Hodges' book, and I've read that a couple of times, where he absolutely slams the crap out of your supporters for death riding him in the early days.
Johnny got me.
You know, just be a bit careful, Rowey. Just be a bit careful.
That's
Scott
why we
Hodges'
love
book
you.
and Robert Shaw. Scott Hodges' book and Robert Shaw. Thanks, fellas.
So when you live in a
love
glass house, don't throw stones, don't they? Yeah, have a good look at that one. Row, you rude prick, leave people's appearances out. Well, Wayne, don't get sensitive, mate. That's the world we live in. It's a race to who can be the most offended. I mean, what's happening in the rugby league? We'll get to that. I mean, honestly, Wayne, do you care? I'm fat, middle-aged, I've got no gallbladder, my liver's overcooked, you know. It is what it is. That's who I am.
Yep.
And if you're unemployed, you got no front teeth. You're unemployed and you got no front teeth.
All right, language is deteriorating on the show nonetheless, especially on the text
I didn't
line.
say
So we
that.
will
Wayne did it.
We will continue on. We're going to class.
No, don't gloss over. Come on air, Wayne.
Mhm.
If you want Ken Sack that much, I still haven't heard one person on a text or on the phone say who's better, why, what's he really done wrong, and how you going to pay him out.
There's still a lot of answers that we need, and we're hearing a lot of pro Ken Hinkley on the Sip and Save text line. A lot of those calls so far, pro Ken. So, yes, it seems to be a minority at this stage. 82230000. We'll take a call shortly. We're going to get to the half-hour news. Kevin Sheedy to join us on the other side.
FIVEAA Breakfast.
Service disruptions for buses in the hills, a strike action that started at midnight last night. Southlink bus drivers. John Whelan is the Chief Executive of the Department of Transport.
We run roughly around 300 services in that hills, and unfortunately we're unlikely to run very many of those services today.
Informing Adelaide.
Just for today. We do apologise to everybody affected.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
David Bruce with the latest news headlines. A group of climate protesters have been removed by police from Parliament House in Canberra. Baggage handlers are considering industrial action, which could mean even more delays for travellers using Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane airports. Chinese tariffs are still affecting Australian wine exports, but there are some encouraging signs in key and emerging markets. And Geelong captain Joel Selwood will play his 350th game this weekend. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Complete Windscreens, the trusted South Australian name for car window tinting in Adelaide for over 40 years.
At Fulham Gardens, look out for a smash on Tapley Hill Road near Grange Road. Got another collision. This one's at Paradise, Darling Road near Lower North East Road. At Hindmarsh, you find a car fire at Airport Road near Queen Street. And at the Parklands, there's a blackout near Glen Osmond Road and Hutt Road. It's affecting some traffic lights, to take care through there. Busy right now, King William Road, Greenhill Road to Park Street with a camera. Boothby Street's at Panorama. Do you love a bargain? Click Frenzy. Do you love starts tonight at 6:30. Save big with the Dares, BCF and heaps more. And 11:30pm Thursday. Sign up now at clickfrenzy.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Partly cloudy again tomorrow, 15 the top, currently 14. More news at 5 and as it happens on 5AA.
With fuel prices the way they are, it's now more important than ever for your car to be fuel efficient. Peak performance means peak efficiency, and that means Automasters. Book now for an Automasters Peak Performance Injector service. Petrol or diesel, your Automasters specialist will clean and service your fuel injection system to ensure your vehicle is running at optimum efficiency. Save fuel, save money. Get the best out of your car. Call 1300 Automasters. Peak performance guaranteed.
Are you feeling frustrated with the lack of transparency your current home care provider gives you over your funding? As one of only a few home care providers offering true self-management, Homemade manages and tracks your budget together with you, so you know exactly where your funding is going. Even better, you could enjoy up to double the hours of support you currently get due to lower fees and charges. To find out more about switching your home care package, visit homemadesupport.com.au and book a free consultation today.
Like shocks shooting through your body.
That's how some people describe their shingles pain. Shingles is caused by the reactivation of the chickenpox virus. While most people recover fully, up to 25% may experience long-term complications.
I had to cancel all my plans and struggled to work.
Up to 1 in 3 people risk developing shingles in their lifetime.
If you're 50 or over, don't let shingles affect your plans.
Talk to your doctor for more information. Individual symptoms may vary. Sponsored by GlaxoSmithKline Australia, Melbourne.
Are you dreaming of a better sleep? Are you suffering from stress or a busy mind? At FIVEAA, we're inviting people aged 18 to 75 who have trouble sleeping to participate in a CBD sleep study. Learn more and register your interest today. Go to cbdsleepstudy.com.au. That's cbdsleepstudy.com.au.
The fully electric Kia EV6, Wheels Car of the Year, and the Kia Sportage, Drive Car of the Year. To pick your side in this sibling rivalry, visit kia.com.au.
Kia, movement that inspires.
With fuel prices the way they are, fuel efficiency is more important than ever. And that means a peak performance injector service from Automasters. Ensure your vehicle is running at optimum efficiency. Save fuel, save money. Call 1300 Automasters.
Walker Crash Repairs. For easy insurance repairs on your caravan. Get it fixed right with Walker Crash Repairs.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
It's 26 minutes to 5. The Sip and Save text line is just exploding.
Here's one. Did Koshy put the sign up?
Oh, come on. This one from Harry at Highbury says, to all you Ken bashers, we don't need supporters like you. Go back for another club. And this one, a little bit funny. Bit unfair to the toothless, unemployed bums. We're not all Port supporters.
Well, you know, I had my front teeth knocked out for years.
Right.
I mean, just had them done. Yeah. But I had I was a toothless bum as well.
There's a lot of people that have no
Yeah.
teeth, and that's okay. It's a dental thing. That's fine. Got nothing to do with the footy club. Kevin Sheedy joins us for FIVEAA, a South Australian institution looking after South Australia's hydraulic and pneumatic needs for over 70 years.
Kevin Sheedy.
Don't ever let any club or player dominate you.
Sheeds, welcome.
How are you, boys?
Yeah, good, Sheeds. We said goodbye to one of our absolute legends yesterday in Neil Knuckles Curley. You would have crossed swords over the years?
Oh, absolutely, particularly in Victorian games. And, I reckon that probably the best promoters in state of origin football and state football in general was E.J. Whitman and Knuckles Curley. He was a super person. I stayed up his place up on the river and just had some really good talks about life in general, and even the starting of the Adelaide Crows, because he was manager around about then at the start of it.
He was our footy manager.
Yeah.
He wasn't the one that gave you the brown paper bag with all the cash in it when Essendon come that game.
Talking about, but I do remember where the bunny went, how it got lost and got found again, thank God. But it's one of the great comical mysteries of all time. But thanks to the generosity of Adelaide supporters, they put the money back in the right satchel, and I think everybody at the Crows was happy.
Yeah, the legendary story, that one. Curls, take your yabbing. Did you count them? Did you measure them?
I didn't, look, I've never agreed with him getting into trouble over that. God almighty, the Murray River. God almighty, they carry on about, talking about dissent on AFL. That was the worst decision, him getting into trouble over getting a few yabbies out of a river. Incredible.
He's done it all, the great man. Hey, were you up in the NT, the Tiwi Islands, last weekend?
I was, and unfortunately I missed you last week. I've been
That's right.
in and around, and it was hard to get into contact with everybody. But I got inducted into the Tiwi Aboriginal people, so I've got a big family now. So look out.
How good's that? So you
No,
got
it was very special, very different.
Good.
I took my wife up, Geraldine, and we had a
Beautiful.
great time. And there are not many white people that get inducted into Indigenous families. It's probably a handful.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an honour.
And then over to Perth, and then went to Perth. So I did a bit of a round trip, bit of
Good on
football
you.
work, mate.
Good on you. Hey, what a round of footy if we knuckle down. 6 teams kicked over 100 points. There was a mark of the year, a goal of the year. Bulldogs beat Melbourne. Melbourne kicked 100 points first, but Bulldogs went over the top. The Tigers Freo draw. The Collingwood win over your mob. It was a cracking round of footy, Sheeds.
No, it really was. I think the 666 has been one of the best moves the AFL's made to where we were, say, 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon that it's opened up the game. You can get very quick goals and can unsettle the defence if the ball comes direct out of centre. But we knew that when we played, didn't we?
Yes. Oh, hell yeah.
The best thing in the end was that the coaches can't clog the forward line up and put 10 back before the ball's bounced in the centre square or the centre circle. So I think that's been one of the very important deals to make footy more interesting, challenging and exciting.
My word. Is it luck winning close games? We see, Port Adelaide have only won 2 this year, but they won 5 last year. We see Collingwood have won 7 of their last 8 by less than 2 kicks. Is it luck? Is it good coaching? Is it prep, or a combination of them all?
Oh, look, I think it's a combination of them all. I mean, Collingwood are a pretty experienced team, even from Nathan Buckley's era. Don't forget they were in the grand final beaten by a similar kick, but just on the opposite side of the ground for the left footer, Dom Sheed, wasn't it, in the grand final? So Buckley's extremely unlucky not to win a premiership and not even be coach for Collingwood. But on the other side of it, they had a boy that kicked a fantastic goal, similar circumstances, with the right foot going in against the Bombers on the weekend. And, of course, we had our celebration in the MCC room, most of the 2000 premiership side. So we're all there watching it. And, we're just, it was a tense affair, let's just say, with the 2000 premiership side in the members at the MCG on the weekend on Sunday.
How good's that? In 2004, the Bombers played the West Coast at Etihad back in the day. Enter James Hird. It was 131 points apiece.
James Hird got that ball out at the centre bounce. He's moving down towards this contest. If anybody's going to get it, it'll be James. McDougall heads for the boundary line. Bullet
He was, and he jumped in the crowd. Can you remember that? Now, that was just sheer brilliance.
There's only one person I was feeling sorry for that day, and that was he went and hugged this guy after he kicked that goal.
In the crowd, yep.
Yeah. And then he left that guy, and the woman was coming down the stairs for her hug. And it's one of the most shattering sights I've ever seen of a footy fan in all my life.
Mhm.
Nearly there, but just not.
Oh, God, it was a magnificent goal.
If you ever want to watch that, any of your listeners one day, you can Google it.
Yeah.
Here's this woman just left at the altar.
Do we need a countdown clock? We've been debating that in the show today, Sheets. On the big screen, 8, 9, 7, 6, 5, bang.
Well, it would give the crowd a lot of interest because the people in front will count it down, but at least the players would know.
Yeah.
So, have they tried it? I don't think they have, and if they do, why don't they? If they haven't, why don't they? And you might try it for a year, and if you don't like it, well, shut it down.
Yeah. Well, I know on the interchange, clubs will hold up 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds, but 30 seconds when the umpire calls time off, that could go for a minute. So no one really knows the count.
Exactly.
I like the not knowing, Sheets.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah. I reckon that's half the excitement.
It is tense, yeah.
Yeah.
We knew in the grandstand how many seconds there were to go. We knew there was going to be 33 seconds, I think it was, for the balls coming in there. So, only because I was sitting with the CEO and a couple of board members, and, we were pretty tense. And then, when he took a mark between two Essendon players, he was...
Yeah.
And then, look, I mean, really, in all honesty, you've got to... I don't go there. I'd hate to be coaching that one and giving it to the boys in a review. Really.
Oh, no. How it got there in the first place.
The coach comes out of you, jumps out of you, coaching.
Yeah.
Terrible. Anyway, but look, it has been, incredible, the performance of the round, as you mentioned, guys.
Oh.
And, even North Melbourne winning the other week, that was just incredible itself. Just jumping up over the top because no one thought they'd win another game probably at the time, and they're getting better and better too.
Mm. Hey, you brought up North Melbourne. Your old cobber, Mark Williams, is looming as a candidate, Sheeds. I was going to ask you this last week. Is that what you're hearing? Would he be a good fit?
Well, Mark Williams is a fantastic coach. It's been ridiculous that he hasn't coached an AFL side for a decade.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Incredible. Yeah, no, he's one of the best coaches I've ever worked with.
Yeah.
And as soon as he left Essendon and went to Port, he took half our club with him and won a premiership.
That can
I had to go around. I had to go to a Ramtech gun, but shooting things down, locking them up. And it really, and the knowledge it goes that Mark has, it's just incredible. And everywhere he's going, he's been successful in or out of the different
My word.
Scales and highs of footy in the VFL or reserves or in the development area. I mean, he's just he's got to pat down because he's a very smart development person on the technique of footy and also on the strategies and on the professionalism of what a footballer's got to be doing now to make sure he makes it. And I think every year this changes, and he would just have everything organised. He's very good. I mean, when I had him up at the Giants, he did the bulk of the major planning of the whole place because I was out trying to raise millions to build a stadium and make sure that we got all the amenities that we had to, which is just incredible with our CEO. And I'm talking about not only in West Sydney, but, up in Canberra. So that's how big Western Sydney's got.
Wow. And on that note, on the 12th of August, for a sportsman's night, you're coming to the West Adelaide Footy Club. You're interviewing, amongst others, the great Gavin Wanganeen. How good's that, Sheets? We'll see you there.
Well, the odd couple. Let's have a great time.
Yes, the odd couple. The odd couple. We can book online
or
we can ring the club.
We got another 5,000 women members when Wanganeen signed up.
Goodness me.
5,000 women members, and I even we've signed George Clooney here.
Yeah. Make sure when you interview him at West Adelaide on the 12th that you ask him about bogging his car in the Coorong and getting it written off. Did you see it?
I have seen it.
Come on,
we
Gav.
We were just laughing.
Yeah.
All the people that should know what to do on the beach, chasing sharks. Every year he had off, he went chasing blasted sharks up at Port Lincoln, and he gets bogged down in Chippy's backyard.
It's just, what a kiddie
I
mistake.
reckon Chippy would have been down filming it and taking photos,
Yeah.
David Chipway.
Yeah, Shippy was driving the front end loader that got him out of there because he knew he's coming to the footy club with you. Sheeds, we'll see you at the West Adelaide Footy Club next Thursday. You're a star.
Thanks, guys.
Well
Next
done.
Thursday of the Thursday week.
Yeah, Thursday week, 12th of August. You can book online or just ring the footy club, West Adelaide Footy Club. They need all your support. Sheeds has given it to him with Gavin Wanganeen. Kevin Sheedy, our guest.
And he's brought to us by BL Shipway.
Yeah, you've been looking after, they have, BL Shipway, your hydraulic and pneumatic needs since 1953. If you can't get into their huge Richmond Road location, they will send a Ryco 24/7 van your way. Their warehouse is full. They're open for business. They are the best team. BL Shipway.
Lots of text still coming in on the Sip and Save on the back of our discussion. Port Adelaide and that sign that was put up the other day. Sack Ken. This one from Joe. Well done, Rowe, for sticking up for Ken and slamming the coward Ken haters. I'm a 4th generation member.
Good on you, Joe.
Yep, they keep sticking it to them. We'd love to hear your thoughts. 82230000. Let's check the traffic first. For a new Mitsubishi, you have 2 clear standouts, Wayville and Southern Mitsubishi, driven by Australian Motors.
At Paradise, look out for a smash on Darley Road near Lower North East Road. In the Parklands, there's a blackout near Glen Osmond Road and Hutt Road. That's affecting some traffic lines, so take care through there. Findon, you'll find gas replacement works. Trimmer Parade near Findon Road. That's affecting both directions. And we're busy right now, Anzac Highway and Marion Road. Cameras, Bartels Road in the city and Tooth East Road at Melbourne. Want a Netflix subscription included in your internet plan? Get more choice when you switch to Optus Home Internet, the home of better internet. It starts with yes. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Win big bucks weekdays on 5AA with Rowey's Sports Show Mystery Moment. Thanks to Barreau Hotels. For the perfect meal, head to a Barreau Hotel, the Albion, Birkenhead Tavern, Excelsior or Sundowner in Whyalla.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Who would have thought you could get a gaming notebook for under $900? Well, yes you can at Harvey Norman. The Acer Nitro 5 with 15.6-inch screen, dedicated NVIDIA GTX 1650 graphics card will deliver immersive visuals. It is driven by a powerful Intel i5 CPU, includes 16 gig of RAM and a 512 gig solid-state drive. The Acer Nitro has a minimalist design and a full backlit RGB keyboard combined with a user-friendly interface. The Acer Nitro 5 has a full HD resolution display for smooth and detailed visuals when gaming or multimedia content. Get into your local Harvey Norman store now to grab one of these Acer Nitro gaming computers for only $898.
Check out this great offer at 5AA.com.au. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
G'day, it's Mark Bickley. Schools, councils and businesses all over South Australia choose Leader Computers for very important reasons. Leader is local and exceptional value. No matter what happens, Leader can be on site to fix your problem. No overseas or interstate call centres to deal with. Plus, Leader Computers is a 100% owned and operated South Australian company, offering fast same-day delivery and setup. That's why so many organisations rely on Leader. Google Leader Computers to find your closest Leader reseller.
Port Noarlunga is one of those diamonds of our SA coastline, I think. It is just a terrific drive there. It's the home of Fitzy, is that true?
It is.
Yeah, Fitzy's home. And it has the best fish and chip shop in SA. I can vouch for that. I've been there. Oh, and the fishing around there. Get plenty of squid just off the rocks there and the winter whiting. And you know I love my fishing, and that goes without saying. But while you're out there fishing or while you're going for a drive down south, coming back from the McLaren Vale or just heading down to Aldinga or wherever, you've got to make sure you visit Port Noarlunga Fish and Chips. They're celebrating, how's this, 30 years of the best fish and chips in South Australia. 30 years. Oh, it's well worth the drive. Port Noarlunga Fish and Chips. They've been family owned and operated since 92. So pick your favourite. Fresh cut potato chips, fresh fish, prawns, calamari, homemade hamburger, gyros. Always cooked, fresh to order. I don't know what their secret is, but keep it to yourself because it is a great secret. Make sure you eat at Port Noarlunga Fish and Chips this winter. It's 22 Saltfleet Street. It's just 30 minutes from the city. You can't miss it. It's brilliant. Port Noarlunga Fish and Chips.
Hey, it's Callum here. It wasn't by chance that Edwardstown Mazda located themselves bang on South Road. They wanted to make it easy for people driving to the city, just like you, to get your car serviced. So no matter what make or model car you have, make a pit stop at Edwardstown Mazda for a logbook service. They can drop you into the city so you can forget about expensive parking fees, or borrow a new car for the day, which is what I like to do.
It's gotta be
At Edwardstown Mazda, they'll do whatever works for you. edwardstownmazda.com.au.
Hi, Susanna Toop here. 30 days. That's the average time a rental property stays vacant. But at Toop & Toop, we find tenants in half the time, saving landlords an average of $860 a year. Who are you trusting to look after your biggest investment? Toop.com.au.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sport Show.
10 minutes to 5, Graham Corns to join us very soon, as will Chelsea Randall from the Adelaide Crows, signing on for a 7th season as captain, so we'll look forward to that very shortly. Lots of texts coming in on the Sip and Save. This one on from Ingle Farm. Lisa, she says, RE the sack Ken sign. Rowey, how do you know it was done by 1, a Port supporter, 2, a male, 3, an unemployed person, etc., etc.? Too many assumptions, Rowey.
Liz, I'm happily to say this. We've asked the person to come on. We know he's a coward. Tick. He hasn't rung.
Yeah, tick.
I'm confident to be a male.
Okay.
I'm confident to be an unemployed bum and a coward. Not too sure about the front teeth reports.
It's an educated guess.
Yeah, no, Liz, I reckon I'm 4 from 4.
Okay, you'll see.
Sorry, Liz, I think I'm 4 from 4.
If this person gets revealed in the coming days or weeks,
Who
it'll be
is he?
interesting. We'll check them all off.
Who is he?
We don't know.
Who is he?
Well, stand up.
Does he do all the Facebook posts and the Twitter posts, the hate Kenning, and
If
does
you-
he do all the big footy posts? And is he just a
If
just
you
a
were the
miserable
man
lowlife?
who-
Is he?
man or woman who put that sign up, we want to hear why.
It wouldn't be a lady, mate.
It could be anyone. We don't know. This is a really good story from the Aussie Boomers. On Sunday night, they took out their second, back-to-back, mind you, Asian championship in the FIVEAA Asian Cup.
He does not. They've got to move it. They've got to move it. It's Haidar. Haidar, he puts it up. It's off. And Haidar, he had more time. And Australia have held on. Australia just survived. 75-73.
Yeah, the Boomers have just won the Asian Cup. Their captain and our 36ers skipper, Mitch McCarron, starred. He also made the All-Star 5. He joins us now. Mitch, congratulations.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much.
It was a thriller in the end.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, that's international basketball. You know, the game is never really over and no lead is safe. So we knew they would make a little run. But, yeah, gee, they made some good ones as well.
Yeah, they outscored you 30-19 in the last. You guys really tightened up. It was blooming squeaky bum time, Mitch. Come on.
Yeah, we went through these periods throughout the tournament that you know, the offense didn't quite flow, and it wasn't that we weren't getting good shots. That was never really the issue. It was just we just weren't able to knock them down consistently, and then you know, the game gets a little erratic and it gets physical, and a team gets down, and suddenly the momentum goes their way, and you know, they start to get the way of the whistle, and they get their confidence up, and yeah, all of a sudden it's off to a tight game.
How is it for you, captain of an Asian Cup winning Boomers team? That is, mate, you must pinch yourself. How good?
Yeah, it was an awesome time. You know, such a great group of guys, a great staff. You know, everyone had a really good time together. It was a fairly new group. I think a lot of guys hadn't played together before, so you know, that was a challenge in itself. Just getting everyone on the same page, but everyone bought in really quickly and played great throughout the tournament.
Yeah, it was a young team, a real credit to the coaching. What was that trophy presentation or song celebration when you won, swinging the cup? What was that all about?
Oh, just having a bit of fun with the boys. It was. I felt like a bit of an old bloke at times. I mean, I'm 30, but we had a young. I think the average age was 24,
wow.
Which is considerably younger than the group that we had in Lebanon 5 years ago. So. It was a good group. You know, I just felt like the old guy, but yeah, we were just having fun with it.
Good on you. Can the 36ers get Thon Maker? We're after a new centre, Mitch.
That would be great. I think, you know, I had a word to him. Not that means anything, but I just said, look, I got some more of these passes for if you want to come play in Adelaide. So hopefully we can bring him in because he had an incredible tournament, and you can see he's just so valuable.
Oh, wow. So has Grant Kelly rung him yet?
I don't know. I hope so.
What about CJ?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure everyone's reaching out.
Of course they would be. Yeah.
The discussions have been going on, you know, about him potentially playing the NBL. So I'm sure everyone wants that signature.
36ers schedule landed the other day. The NBL dropped. We're going to play Christmas Day. You guys are playing Christmas Eve at home, Mitch. What do you think about that?
Pretty stoked about that. Yeah, I think it'll be a fun time. Hopefully, the city of Adelaide gets around it and everyone comes out. I think it's awesome for us as players. We can't complain. We get to have, Christmas Day at home and celebrate a little bit. But yeah, we hopefully get a win the night before.
36ers, I've just got a great feel for this year. You've got some good signings. The roster's building. What else do you need, do you think?
Well, we've still got, I think it's 2 roster spots to fill in. Obviously, we talked about the 5-man, and then, we do have that third import still up our sleeve, and I think that's probably going to be a guard by the looks of the roster right now. So, I think, it is an exciting group. We're going to be able to play fast, and I think CJ is going to be really excited about what he can do with it, what we can do offensively and defensively. So I'm pumped just to get into pre-season, to be honest.
I'm hearing this is the Sixers heading over to play Josh Giddey's team in the US. Is that true?
We have heard discussions about NBA games. I don't have anything concrete about what's going on. I just know when I need to be in Adelaide next week pre-season, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Well, if CJ can get a full pre-season in and you have some luck with injury and illness, it's going to be a terrific year for the Sixers. Congratulations again. Have a big off-season in the NBL. Do you know round one's only 66 days away, Mitch?
Isn't that great that we don't have to wait?
That is brilliant. Mitch, well done, mate. Be proud. Captain of an Asian Boomers winning team is unbelievable. Thanks for your time.
Thanks very much, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, good man. Mitch McCarron, our guest.
What a champion. Graham Corns to join us after the 5 o'clock news.
Patience pays off, especially if you've been holding out for a great deal on a new Volkswagen. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen is now receiving truckloads of new Volkswagens. Yes, they're coming. And they're available at amazing prices. Remember Mawson Lakes Volkswagen for servicing too, with next day servicing and free loan cars. Get a great deal on Volkswagen now. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle or delay. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, just a short drive from the city.
Wednesday's a special day at Wallace Cinemas. It's Seniors Day with free morning tea or coffee before your movie. It's your choice of movies from Bobby's classics like That Great Escape and An American in Paris. It's new release movies like Where the Crawdads Sing, Good Luck to You Leo Grand and Phantom of the Open. It's homemade choc tops with Golden North ice cream and freshly popped popcorn. Wednesday is Seniors Day at Wallace Cinemas. Visit wallace.com.au or download the app for session times.
You're the generation that stopped wars and started revolutions, so you're hardly going to start compromising now. Welcome to Bloom at Glenside, exclusive community living where sustainability and luxury go hand in hand. Access to a swimming pool, pavilion, gym and more. Surrounded by parklands and walking trails on the fringe of the city. Prestige apartments for discerning boomers. Register now at bloomglenside.com.au.
What's better than a free car giveaway? An 8-car free giveaway. Join Sky City Rewards and you could win one of 8 brand new MG3s valued at over 20 grand. Each time you visit, swipe your member card at any kiosk, print your ticket and enter it into the barrel. Win a car per week for 8 weeks, but you must be there to win. Entry's free and so is joining Sky City Rewards. Sky City! T's and C's apply. Visit skycityadelaide.com.au for details. Licence number T22/790.
If you could punch cancer in the face, would you? What about heart disease, kidney disease, stroke or diabetes? Would you fight them too? Well, we are, and we need your help. When you support the Hospital Research Foundation, you join the fight to find cures and improve care in more than 50 areas of medical research. And you make an impact. The Hospital Research Foundation Group. Together, fight.
Face masks are an important barrier to help stop the spread of COVID-19 and other illnesses. Wearing a mask is mandatory in healthcare, including pharmacies, disability and aged care, and on passenger transport, and strongly recommended in all indoor public places. So make sure you're covered to protect yourself and others. We can all help reduce the impact of the current wave. For more information, visit sahealth.sa.gov.au/COVID masks. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Online, on DAB digital radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's FIVEAA.
Partly cloudy again tomorrow, 15 the top with the 5 o'clock news. I'm David Bruce.
Need a new mattress? Save big dollars and buy direct from the manufacturer. Elite Bedding, South Road, Edwardstown.
The Governor-General says Australia is facing serious challenges as inflation and interest rates continue to rise. General David Hurley has opened the new term of federal parliament outlining Labor's agenda for the next 3 years. The hour-long statement is a long-standing tradition. General Hurley says the government has vowed not to waste a day of its time in office.
I urge you to advocate thoughtfully, debate respectfully, and in everything you do, prove worthy of the Australian people. I wish you every success in meeting this moment. It is now my duty and my honour to declare the 47th Parliament of the Commonwealth of Australia open.
Labor continues negotiations with the Greens in a bid to win support for its emissions reduction target. Here's political editor Michael Packey.
A group of young protesters stormed Parliament House in Canberra, demanding more be done to deal with climate change. The federal government will introduce legislation to cut carbon emissions by 43% this decade. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is urging the opposition to back it in.
They need to basically mature a bit.
But without the coalition's support, Labor needs the Greens. The minor party leader Adam Bant argues the target is not ambitious enough.
That remains a point of difference between us and the government.
Labor says it will pursue its policy even without legislation, but enshrining it into law would allow greater certainty.
Baggage handlers are initiating industrial action which could worsen queues and delays at Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane airports. Workers with Donata, a ground handling service, will hold a vote on the potential strike action over a new workplace agreement. The woman accused of murdering 3 young children and allegedly starting a house fire in the northwest of Western Australia has made her first appearance in the Perth Magistrates Court. Jake Batrick reports.
Margaret Dale Hawke played with her hair as she acknowledged the 4 charges read out to her by the magistrate, 3 counts of murder and 1 of criminal damage by fire. The 36-year-old was told she couldn't apply for bail because that could only happen in the Supreme Court. One supporter waved to her from the back of the court as she was led away. Miss Hawke will remain behind bars to appear in the Stirling Gardens Magistrates Court later next month. The bodies of 3 children aged 7 and 10 years old, the third just 5 months, were discovered by firefighters at a Port Hedland home last week.
Chinese tariffs are still affecting Australian wine exports, but there are some encouraging signs with other key and emerging markets. Wine Australia's latest report shows exports declined by 10% in volume to 625 million litres, and 19% in value last financial year. But if you take China out of the equation, exports of wine actually increased by 5%. Now looking at FIVEAA sport. The Manly Sea Eagles are in damage control after the club's launch of a gay pride jersey backfired. 7 players plan to boycott this week's game because of religious beliefs. Coach Des Hasler has issued a wide-ranging apology, saying the club's execution of what was intended to be an important initiative was poor. Pride in Sport co-founder Andrew Purchase says the apology has helped.
I really take my hat off to Manly. I mean, clearly it could have been done a lot better, but I think that the way they've handled the fallout is right. They've continued to stick by their beliefs in terms of supporting diversity and inclusion and equality, and in the same way they're respecting the rights of their players as well.
Geelong captain Joel Selwood will play his 350th game this weekend, and he's not the only one reaching a personal milestone. Richmond's Shane Edwards will play his 300th game, the first Indigenous player at the club to do so. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Complete windscreens, same-day service and best price guaranteed. Proudly South Australian since 1976. Complete windscreens.
At Mawson Lakes, there's a smash on Main North Road at Mawson Lakes Boulevard. At Paradise, another collision there, Darley Road near Lower North East Road. In the Parklands, there's a blackout near Glen Osmond Road and Hutt Road affecting some traffic lights, so take care through there. And we're busy at the moment, Anzac High within Marion Road. Cameras, Duthie Street, Unley and Mortimer Street at Karata Park. Delicious 100% clean Mexican food. Enjoy a Guzmani Gomez burrito or bowl for only $9.90. Yes, just $9.90 when you order through the GYG app. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
The FIVEAA forecast now.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy tomorrow, a top of 16, a shower or two on Thursday, still in the mid-teens, and mostly sunny on Friday, 15 again. Currently 14. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
See the moment a northern suburbs home bursts into flames. Police now on the hunt for an arsonist. How Australia's new disease threat might impact visits to the zoo. New TikTok tricks selling junk food to kids. The latest findings on undiagnosed migraines. Plus, we reveal the best time to book a cheap holiday. I'm Kate Collins. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
Scraped your caravan? Don't worry. Call Walker Crash Repairs, your RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sport Show.
It's 6 minutes after 5. Big hour coming up on the show. We have tickets to give away to the Supercars The Bend this weekend, which we're always looking forward to. Chelsea Randall to join us, AFLW Crows captain for the 7th straight season, announced today, and $450 for our mystery moment as well to do, as we do each and every day. But time to welcome in Graham Corns.
Graham Studley Corns.
Stud Curl State Funeral was it was a great celebration and well done. Would have been tough to speak about your great mate and mentor.
I think the real grief sort of has passed a little bit because it's been several weeks since the tragedy and I think it was more about celebrating his life, and there was a lot of there were tears. There's no doubt about that. There was tears, but there was a lot of good humour in the because he would not.
The speakers were superb.
He would not have wanted it. He would want people to be up and happy and remember him with a laugh, not a tear. But he would have loved it. He would have loved the fact the government paid for it.
Oh, God bless.
But they did a fantastic job. I must say it was really amazing. And I was wondering what Eddie Maguire would say. How would he? But I thought his
was
speech,
terrific.
His speech was absolutely brilliant,
wasn't it?
And just
well written.
Just wrapped together the Victorian South Australian rivalry and friendship. I mean, we're rivals, but we're friends, of course. And
the secret's out. We love curls.
They love curls. Yeah, they did, but. He didn't love them.
That's what we had Eddie on yesterday. We said that. Did you discuss with Gil? Was Gillan at the funeral?
Gillan was there.
What did you discuss?
So I had a chance. Here's my chance.
Oh, no.
Gillan,
what
are you doing with the broadcast? He's good-natured. He said, well, why are you so special? Like South Australia. Fair enough. Why are you so... I said, because we have had a covenant. It was set in stone when the Crows and Port Adelaide came in that we would have these games on
free to air.
That's our covenant. It doesn't matter what happens in Victoria. And then he said, he turned to they were standing by one of the cabinets there with the jumpers and trophies and up by
as you walk in, luckily to the
and he said, look at this cabinet. This is how he defeated. Look at this cabinet. How beautifully is it made? Oh, he threw me a little bit. I said, yeah, well, it's made nicely. He said, well, do you think they would have made this last century? This is a modern piece of work. You've got to move with the times. I thought, hang on.
Where's he going?
Gillan, 100 years ago, artisans would have made beautiful copies of this.
Not a good analogy, Gil.
So he... I don't know whether we're going to have much luck with that. I think I think they're going to take the money, and we're going to have to suck it up. But
sadly,
the clubs are the only ones who can put pressure on. I mean, and I wonder how motivated they are to do that, given the fact the clubs rely on members, and the members pay their money and they go. So the clubs don't really care for people who sit at home and just watch on TV, because
money talks.
What do they contribute to any footy club?
Yeah.
But I think that's the only kickback Gil. The only thing that could change Gil's mind is the kickback that he might get from the clubs, because it doesn't sound to me like any any petitions or any pressure from the general football public is going to work, or going to impact.
And no anti-siphoning law will help that. A port finished? Let's start there.
Yeah. Well, when you've got to win everything and you've got to rely on people to lose, they are. I mean, it's a pity because their best is good. The best is good enough.
Oh, that was a really good game.
And it was a good game. Like, that was the problem. They're playing
that third quarter.
This may be that Geelong could very well win the premiership. So they've got beaten by maybe this year's premier. We don't want to jump too soon with Geelong because they do have the occasional hiccup come September. But poor were robbed. I don't have a. I don't have a vested.
Rob what with umpiring?
There's three. I highlighted three things on Channel 7 last night. The push in the back by Tom Hawkins on Cleary.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Right. Jeremy Cameron dropped that mark. The ball hit the ground, and then there's a goal in the last quarter which from a free kick by Hawkins, who just had some minor contact, virtually leant into to pick the ball up, minor contact, and threw himself back. It was like he was shot. All three of those resulted in goals. It was.
Yep.
I mean, if I was a Port fan, I'd be infuriated. I'd be absolutely
Well, they were
furious.
after the game. They said that. What of Ken? We opened the show with that. There's the sign up there, sack Ken. Yeah, a sip and save text. I'll just read this one. How are you still on radio, Row? You should be sacked and clean up your own backyard before abusing others. Now, there's a lot in between that. There's no name to that. Probably the coward that hung the sign up, no doubt. But
look,
that sums up a lot of the text we're getting.
Where do these guys? I'm assuming they're guys. Where do they get off? I mean, they must think they are so smart, putting up a sign like that and getting some publicity there. I mean, who are they to call for somebody's sacking? Now, I had the same thing at Footy Park, the Corns for Columbia, which was
it was a sign held up at the ground, sort
of amusing. But unless you were the relationship with that Colombian soccer player who actually got murdered. But I mean. Yes, you might think you're a passionate supporter. You might think you have the right to say that, but just have a look at
who you hurt.
Well, who are you hurting? I mean, who's going to listen to you anyway? Really?
But I want to know what that person's solution is. So they've got to pay him out. Number one. Number two. What's he done so bad? 3 prelims. Took him over in 2013, straight into the final.
We took him over when the club was
really
struggling and.
Has taken pay cuts to keep the group together as far as coaches through COVID. I mean, what more do you want the man to do? Anyway, you can keep coming at me, but I want the person who hung up the sign to get on air.
Yeah.
Because I bet you are an unemployed bum with no front teeth.
Just keeps digging and digging.
But I just wonder, though. I just wonder the mentality. Why go to that much trouble to make a sign and then go and then go and hang it up? Do you think you're funny? Do you think it's?
I think that person thinks it is funny. He'd be telling all his mates, that was me.
Yeah.
Come on air, mate. I'll give you 2 minutes to state your case.
And let's assess your job and let's see whether we think you should be sacked from your job.
No, he's unemployed. I've already worked that out.
Well, he may not be.
Yeah, we're paying his wages. He's a bum.
He may not be, Rowey.
All right.
He may not be. But
is that a long bow?
Like he deserves better than that. Yes, they haven't got to grand final. They haven't won a flag, but have they had enough cattle to do that? This year's been difficult because they didn't have Charlie Dixon for 10 rounds, and how much of a difference?
Scotty Lysette.
Haven't had a ruckman for.
Dersmer injured, Butters injured, Rosie started. Look, enough on Port. What about the Crows?
Well, my very good Adelaide Football Club supporter,
4 rounds left.
David Jarvis, saw me before I came and he said, "Don't you dare be negative about the Crows. Let's give us something positive about which to." So he did make me think. So I'm having this moment of introspection. What can you be positive about? You can be positive about the development of young players. You can be positive about the fact that they do have a crack. You can be positive, and on the way you can be positive about the fact they outscored Sydney
in 3 quarters.
But does that mean anything?
Not really.
Doesn't mean anything. Does
Game's
it?
done. They were 48 points down.
Game is over. Sam Berry in the midfield been good.
Last month, terrific.
Saligo, maybe as another running midfielder.
Yeah, get him on the wing.
Schonberg is, I've always liked him. I don't know why they've been up and down a little bit. Dawson, under all sorts of pressure, played pretty well.
He's had a marvellous year. You're liking Hamill on the halfback?
Hamill was good. I
love his run and dash.
I liked his pace.
Yes.
I liked his pace. Now,
Fogg's coming on. Thilthorpe, other than last week's good month.
Yeah, so
your little learned friend is right.
There's the positives. But when you say but, everything you said before that is almost irrelevant, isn't it? The tall defenders have concerned me the last couple of weeks. I think Nick Murray did a pretty good job. He's on Buddy Franklin.
I thought he did.
And Buddy gets good service. So Nick Murray did a pretty good. But the tall defenders are not what you want. Tall defenders who intercept mark. You want tall defenders who shut down key forwards. You want tall defenders who are then going to, as well as intercept marking, are going to be getting up to the middle of the ground and attacking you. Your defence must attack. And if I'm critical of the Crows at the moment, it's all around. It's all around defending.
Team defence.
Team defence. Don't talk about team defence.
Hey, I want to play this. Rory Sloane said this at a Q&A today.
Next year we'll make finals, I reckon.
There you go.
Okay.
Optimism.
Well, you must start. I mean, they started this year with I don't know whether they really thought they could, because you might say, yes, we'll make finalists. Does the subconscious believe that? Rory says that because people might want to hear it.
He's ever the optimist, and I love that about him.
But does you've got to feed and fuel the subconscious mind.
I know what you're saying, yeah.
Because you might say, you put on a brave front, but there's still that little voice in the back of back of your head saying, no, you're not. No, you won't. No, you won't. You've got to silence that little voice in the back of your head.
Yeah.
I don't know whether they do enough to do that. And it just takes you have a good win and you think, okay, we're away. And then next week you get smashed and the little voice kicks in again. So I love the optimism. I can't see how they're going to look. But hang on. Where did Collingwood finish last year?
17th.
Where did Hawthorn finish last year?
Around the Crows.
15th. So Hawthorn won't make the 8, but Collingwood will. But I've tried to compare. They've got virtually 2 first-round draft picks with the Dacos boys. One of them, they've got strong defenders. They've got talented midfielders. They've got key forwards, but
they got a nice put together list.
They just have a nice balance at the moment, and they got a good, and they play a lot of games in Melbourne, so they don't have to.
The comparison for the Crows is Fremantle. You go back to 2020 when Longmuir took over, Nixie took over. The list profile of where they were on the ladder was all but identical. One's gone north and the other one's gone south.
Yeah, but Adelaide needs a couple more early draft picks, some more elite talent, because they haven't supplied the elite talent with the early draft picks that they've had. Yes, we've got some good players. There's no doubt, but you haven't done enough with the early draft picks they've had.
Big draft, big trade period. Stud, thanks for that. Hey, Chelsea Randall next.
She is. She's going to join us on the other side of the break. First, the traffic. For a new Mitsubishi, you have 2 clear standouts, Wayville and Southern Mitsubishi. They're driven by Australian Motors.
At Mawson Lakes, there's a smash on Main North Road at Mawson Lakes Boulevard. Paradise, another collision there, Darley Road near Lower North East Road. In the Parklands, there's a blackout near Glen Osmond Road and Hutt Road affecting some traffic lights, so take care through there. And we're busy at the moment, Nelson Street, McGill Road to Paynham Road. Cameras, Bevington Road, Glenunga and Fisher Street at Malvern. Do you love a bargain? Click Frenzy Do You Love starts tonight at 6:30. Save big with Bose, Gorman and heaps more. Ends 11:30pm Thursday. Sign up now at clickfrenzy.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
It's the Broadway sensation that's taken Adelaide by storm, and all this week, Frozen the Musical will be taking over 5AA Breakfast. For your chance to win tickets to this must-see show, just wait for Elsa to do her work and for the show to freeze over. The first caller through each time we freeze will win their way along to Frozen, so keep listening each morning from 6am. Disney's Frozen the Musical must leave Adelaide next week. Don't miss this hit Broadway musical with great seats available under $100. Book at Ticketek.
Time to find out what's making news in the Channel 7 newsroom as we welcome Jane Doyle to the show. And Jane, a twist in a missing persons case.
Indeed, Rowey. A 22-year-old man's been missing since the 13th of July, and as you say, there's now a twist in the case. Meantime, Adelaide Zoo is considering what restrictions it needs to impose to protect its vulnerable herds in the case of a foot and mouth outbreak. Striking bus drivers have left Hills commuters stranded, and the union warns this could be just the first in a series of strike actions. Bedlock in our hospitals, scores of people stuck in EDs waiting for beds, and we're being warned by the health department this could be the case for the next 2 months. In sport, we talked to Ollie Wines tonight about his looming 200th game for Port. Daniel Johnson to make his Commonwealth Games debut in the 3-on-3 basketball, and 2 Aussie women caught up in high-speed crashes at the Women's Tour de France. So we'll have details on that and the rest of the day's top stories for you tonight at 6 in 7 News. I'll see you then.
Thanks, Jane. That's Jane Doyle and all the team at Channel 7. There's only one choice, 7 News tonight at 6.
The Adelaide Central Market is open and it's not going anywhere. You might notice some changes as the exciting new market expansion gets underway. But don't worry, your favourite traders, your weekly fruit and veg, your fresh seafood and morning coffees aren't going anywhere. It might be expanding, but the market you know and love is open throughout all stages of construction with easy undercover parking. Shop at the Adelaide Central Market, trading as always Tuesday to Saturday.
They say you can't beat a classic. And with 100% Aussie Angus, fresh lettuce, onion and juicy tomato, Macca's Classic Angus proves them 100% right. Available after 10:30am.
Business NBN can help give you the edge because it's made for businesses' evolving needs. You can choose from a range of high-speed plans and business-grade support, and it's all available from a range of providers. To find out more, search Business NBN, made for more. Your experience may vary depending on your provider, plan, busy periods, when you use the internet and other factors.
Sometimes needing new tyres can catch us by surprise. That's why Tyre Power gives you the power of zip pay and zip money. You can get what you need now, get back on the road safely and pay for it later. Terms and conditions apply. So visit tyrepower.com.au or call 13 21 91.
Feel that chill? Winter is here, and so are high heating bills. Trade Services SA can install an air conditioner that heats and cools your home from just $599. That's a saving of more than 70% off normal price, thanks to the state government's REPS initiative, which encourages people to reduce energy. Visit tssa.com.au to see if you're eligible. That's tssa.com.au. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Callum here. Looking for something small, medium or large? Edwardstown Mazda have most models in stock, ready to drive away. You can feel confident in the team at Edwardstown Mazda.
It's gotta be
edwardstownmazda.com.au, LNVD 207428.
Walker Crash Repairs. For easy insurance repairs on your caravan. Get it fixed right with Walker Crash Repairs.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
23 minutes after 5, still got your chance to win your way to the Ben Super Sprint this weekend. All you have to do is wait for our cue to call. Hear that and you can head on your way to this weekend's race at the Super Sprint at the Bend.
We're going to speak to Brodie Kostecki too. He's a supercar driver. But right now, on the AFLW front, Chelsea Randall will captain the club for its 7th straight season. Sarah Allen, the vice-captain, Chelsea, joins us now. Chelsea, congratulations.
Thanks, Rowey. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm really, honestly, very proud and feel very supported amongst such an incredible group. So, yeah, excited for another season.
7 years. Where's that time gone, Chelsea? 7 years.
It's bizarre, isn't it? I can't believe it. I still can remember the first day, coming over to Adelaide and thinking, we'll see how we go. We're not sure how competitive we'll be, but we'll just give it a go and give it a red-hot crack. And 7 seasons, and now our girls have done a tremendous job so far.
Chelsea, was there any doubt about you being reappointed as captain? Did you feel the pressure? Maybe there was an alternative?
I think, actually, to be honest, I kind of each season just comes around and, and it is what it is and whatever the players kind of vote. And as I said, I feel very proud and honoured and humbled that the girls had believe in me and trust in me to help lead them, and feel very supported, as I mentioned, with the likes of Stevie, Eloise, Sarah and Ebony alongside me. But it's 7 years, can't believe it. And I'm, making sure that, I'm trying my best to leave a legacy for others to follow, so that one day when it does happen and I finish my footy career, whenever that may be, I've left it in a better place than where it started. And hopefully the leaders, they're making amazing footsteps at the moment, and I feel very supported that, they'll be able to take the reins over at some stage as well.
Chelsea, the AFLW is steadily getting bigger and better. We've got, the full 18 teams now, longer season, shorter preparation, given the fact you're starting to at the end of the men's season. Can you tell us about your preparation? Can you tell us about the mood at the club and how the girls are preparing for it?
Yeah, it's really exciting, to be honest. I think it's nice to wake up actually during winter and go to training and you're around all your teammates. I mean, for the last 6 years, I've had to train by myself in the winter, so it's nice to have the motivation to have your teammates around you and a different look. And, it's kind of exciting, the fact that we get to play more footy in 1 year. We've got 2 seasons. How lucky are we? So only a couple of weeks away and we'll be playing round 1, so looking forward to that.
Any of the girls playing for the Sandful teams like that? Like last year, when your season finished, they went back and played in the Sandful, did they? But any of you girls playing in Sandful footy as preparation?
The Sandful W normally runs alongside us in an AFLW competition. So, I'm actually not too sure whether they're running alongside us this season or a little bit later on. So, that's a challenge in itself, where if players aren't making the AFLW side, they're just doing their best at trainings at this point in time and stuff. So, there are some challenges there, but, mostly it's very exciting that we are playing in, I guess, more of a comfortable kind of weather time frame for our fans. We get lots of promotion off the back of the AFL men's season as well.
Is there much difference about your pre-season, given the fact that you've just come off a season, and it's a longer season now, I suppose? Can you describe the sort of work you're doing compared to previous years?
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a shorter turnaround for us. I mean, we started in September last year for pre-season, and games were beginning in January this year. And this year we started up in June, and obviously playing games on the 26th of August is round 1 for us. So we've got 10 fixtured games. 4 of those will be Friday night home games, which we're really excited by. And the first ever AFLW showdown between the Crows and Port is something that I think all South Australians will be really excited about.
There's a bit of pressure here because
there is, Cornsey, because the men.
The men lost the first one. You cannot lose the first one.
So there is a lot of pressure for us at this stage, and it's a bit of the unknown with the expansion clubs. Sometimes you need to make sure that we respect all the sides that we play and give our best. But yes, you're very right. So we'll see.
A new-looking squad, Chelsea. Who's the next Erin Phillips? Who are you liking? Give us some names of girls to watch come round 1.
Oh, God, there's actually so many amazing young talented girls. It's pretty breathtaking, to be honest, Rowey. There's some incredible ones. I mean, the recruited ones that we've got just this season, Keely Custerman and Kira Mueller, they're so young, yet definitely more talented than when I was their age, that's for sure. So, some of these kids are coming through and they've been playing football since the age of 5, which is just incredible, because when we first started this AFLW competition, it was almost 3/4 of players had only picked up the footy when they were, sometimes even in their 20s. So, yeah, it is exciting. Young Eloise Jones and the likes of Anne Hatchard and Ebony Marinoff, Sarah Allen have obviously just been killing the pre-season, as they always do, and leading by example. But, yeah, some of the young ones coming through are very exciting for our Crows fans to keep watching.
Only 31 days until round 1. We take on the Demons at Nord Oval, 7 p.m. That's August 26. Again, Chelsea, congratulations. You're a true leader. We're bloody lucky to have you. Have a great season and we'll keep in touch.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Take care, hey.
Chelsea
done.
Randall,
Good luck.
7 years,
Good luck.
3 flags, best of
Win that
fairest.
first showdown.
All Australia. And you know what? It does. And Chelsea, you could feel she knows.
Yeah.
Well, who's their coach? Doc Clark.
Yeah, I know.
Doc Clark would know all about that. Did he play in that first showdown?
No, I don't.
No, I don't think so.
No, he wouldn't have been there at that stage. No. Oh, Chelsea, get him up, mate.
It's going to be a fun day, no
Get
doubt
'em
about that. That's coming up
Well
very,
done,
very
Stud.
soon, in only a month's time. Thank you, Stud, once more.
Oh, thank you for having me, folks.
Any
See you.
parting words?
The sub rule, just quickly.
Yeah, parting words.
No, the one what I do want to say, that rule, that Jack Ginnivan rule is an absolute.
always gonna happen.
It's an absolute disgrace.
Yeah, well said.
The
He
guy,
had his head ripped off.
the guy's allowed to play low to the ground. You're not allowed to duck. We understand
No,
that,
you
but
can
you are allowed to have a low centre of
Yeah.
gravity and play to the. And if you get whacked around the head, and because the guy doesn't tackle properly, you
He got
deserve
put
the
the
free.
sleeper hold.
Oh,
Well
it's
done.
an absolute disgrace. The AFL defended it.
Mm.
Oh gosh.
Well, until he got him in the sleeper hole. They had a foot in each camp.
Oh,
They're a
dear me.
joke.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Time
Well
for the
done,
5:30 headlines very
Oh,
shortly, but before
Stud's out of here.
he's gone.
You
He's
just
done.
burn him, mate.
He's had his half an
Yeah,
hour.
yeah. All right.
No, he's back next Tuesday, as we always are.
Thanks, Stud.
time for this.
The 5AA Sports Show Mystery Moments.
Total shock and disbelief.
Ooh, $450 if you want to have a go at that. We'll take your calls next.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
David Bruce with the 5:30 news headlines. Labor is still locked in talks with the Greens in a bid to win support for its emissions reduction target. Ground crews at Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane airports are threatening strike action. The UK will host Eurovision next year on behalf of Ukraine. And Racing Victoria is offering 5 $1 million bonuses during the Victorian Spring Racing Carnival. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Complete Windscreens, the trusted South Australian name for car window tinting in Adelaide for over 40 years.
At Golden Grove, look out for a smash on the Golden Way near Helicon Drive. At Paradise, another collision there, Darley Road near Lower North East Road. In the Parklands, you'll find there's a blackout near Glen Osmond Road and Hutt Road. It's affecting some traffic lights in the area. Take care there. And we're busy right now, Cross Road near South Road. Cameras, Unley Road, Unley and Young Street at Parkside. Battery World is giving you a chance to win one of 4 $25,000 cash prizes. Purchase any car battery to be in the draw. Battery World, powering Aussies for 25 years. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Partly cloudy again tomorrow, mid-teens after an overnight low of 8 degrees. Currently 13. More news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
5AA Breakfast.
A filmmaker extraordinaire, Lee Kernaghan, Boy from the Bush, coming out Thursday night. Like so many musical artists, I'm sure, you got approached by a company to make a film about your career.
I took the opportunity to do something else, and that's make this film.
Informing Adelaide.
I've said, mate, I'd love to do this movie, but really I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about the people who've inspired my songs.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell and O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell and O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell and O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family-owned and operated. Because it's personal.
Do you want fresh filtered water flowing through your home? Choose a system by Complete Home Filtration. Joining me from Complete Home Filtration is Suzanne Dodds, who incidentally won the Telstra 2022 Business Awards. So what's the benefits of filtered water, Suzanne?
Well, the benefits of filtering water for the whole home mean that you don't just enjoy filtered water for drinking, but for showering and bathing as well. So people see big differences in softer skin, softer hair, unlimited bottled water, quality water from every tap.
That sounds great. So where can we purchase one?
You can just jump online and go to completehomefiltration.com.au.
That's completehomefiltration.com.au.
Taste, feel, see the difference.
Good little jingle that. 24 to 6. Waiting for your dream car can be frustrating. So if you've been on the hunt, you'll know that the biggest issue is stock. That's all changed at Mawson Lakes Mazda. The fresh new batch just arrived. Trucks started rolling in this week. A lot of people have been waiting months and months and months for a new Mazda, but now you can take your pick. Mawson Lakes Mazda has a full range to choose from. There's the CX-30, the CX-5, the CX-8, the CX-9, the BT50, all available right now. And new stock means you'll also find heaps of current demos, and they're priced to clear. They won't last long, so don't dawdle. Haven't said that word for years. Don't dawdle. Do you know what dawdle means? You'd be too young.
Just waddle?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Get behind the wheel of your dream Mazda sooner with great deals on new Mazdas and run-out prices on demo stock. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
Are you dreaming of a better sleep? Are you suffering from stress or a busy mind? At FIVEAA, we're inviting people aged 18 to 75 who have trouble sleeping to participate in a CBD sleep study. Learn more and register your interest today. Go to cbdsleepstudy.com.au. That's cbdsleepstudy.com.au.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sport Show. The 5AA Sport Show Mystery Moments.
Total shock and disbelief.
What do you think? $450 up for grabs for the Barreau Hotel Group. If you get it right, $450 is yours. If you get it wrong, $50 Barreau voucher. We do it every day. Ken at Morphett Vale wants to play. Ken,
Big
how are
Ken,
you?
how are you, buddy?
Yeah. I'm good, thanks. Good.
$450.
Yeah. Pardon me. I reckon it's an American accent. And I'm going down the line of golf.
Okay.
I reckon it involves Greg Norman in the Masters.
Okay.
And there were 3 Masters he played in, and in 96, 86 and 87.
Well, which one is it, Ken?
Yeah, well, this is the point. I'm going to go for the 1987 when Larry Mize chipped in from 140 feet. And then Greg Norman missed his putt.
Yeah, big chokey. He did a...
Yeah.
Sorry, Ken. God, you put some work into that for a $50 Barreau voucher.
I did.
Ken. You have busted your boiler. Well, listen, you still get a crack tomorrow. It's $500.
Yep. Am I allowed to have another go tomorrow, am I?
Oh, you can go as often as you like, Ken, because you're the only one ringing. $50 Barreau Hotel.
Well done, Ken.
Ken will end up with 100 of those.
Clue tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, looking forward to this. The supercars come to the Bend Motorsport Park this weekend. Joining us, number 99, Brody Kostecki. He drives for Air Ebus Motorsport in a Holden ZB. Did I say Ebus right? Erebus. It's the last season for Holdens. Brody, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Good
Appreciate
man. Good man. Do you like the Bend Motorsport Park?
Yeah, I do. It's Australia's probably Australia's top motorsport track, and it's quite a technical circuit, and it's always good to visit South Australia whenever we can. We have to Supercars has a very big fan base there, obviously being the ex home of the Holden. So yeah, it should be really exciting.
You finished top 5 there last year, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I had a pretty good run there last year in my rookie season, so I'm hoping to do better this time around. Otherwise, my job might be up for grabs.
Nah, you'd be right, mate. You're a gun. You're 9th on the ladder, the driving championship for the supercars. Are you reasonably happy with that?
Yeah, we had a really good start to the season, and sort of the last 2 rounds we've had a bit of a slump, but we're excited to kick that back into gear and have a crack at the Bend and see if we can get that back on track and start getting some more trophies.
Good man. Shane Van Gisbergen out in front again. He's making it boring as bat droppings, Brody. You need to knock him off, son.
I'll have a crack if I'm close enough. I haven't been close enough lately, we'll sort it out and hopefully we can make it more exciting.
Good on you. Are you the best Kostecki?
I do get that quite a lot. That nickname goes around, and I've got 2 other cousins that race as well. So it's a very complicated topic, but I do have the initial B at the start, so I'll just say that.
Hey, tell us about Betty, your owner. What a story!
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Betty's a wonderful team owner. She's got a great passion for motorsport. She's been involved in supercars now for quite a long time, and her and Barry gave me my first shot driving the supercar championship, and I was a rookie last season. So yeah.
Okay. She going to let you race in the Trans Ams, I read.
Oh, maybe we're trying to make something happen, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, it'd be cool to do some more racing.
Yeah, okay. And what, you got your eye on the future of NASCARs?
Yeah, I'm looking to do a couple of races next year over in the States. A couple of wild cards over there in the NASCAR series. So yeah, try diversify my racing as much as possible.
We got the Adelaide 500 coming back again toward the end of the year. I think it's December 1. You ever raced that track, Brodie?
Yeah, I have. I was lucky enough to race it a couple of times before it closed, and now it's reopening again. So I had some pretty good success there in the junior categories coming up through. So yeah, definitely really excited to race on the streets again. Yeah, you haven't done it in the supercars. Remember, turn 8's a tad tight and narrow. Just a little bit of advice. I've got plenty of experience of rubbing the walls at turn 8. Brodie, great to have the boys roll into town, the Ben Motorsport Park. We're very proud of that, the OTR Super Sprint. Looking forward to seeing you whiz around, son. Thanks for your time. Yep, thanks for having me. Really appreciate it. Good on you, Brodie Kostecki there, Holden ZB. Last time you're going to see the Holdens. Yep. It is. At the Benz, then the last time at Adelaide. Amazing, isn't it? And we are the home of Holdens. We're farewelling them this year. Which one was the real one? The cue to call now. Do it. 8223 0055. You want to head along to the OTR Super Sprint? You can, all thanks to Boost Mobile Racing, and they're powered by Erebus Motorsport, these tickets. We'd love you to get along. We're going to give away a double pass every single day this week. Call now. Yeah, get on the blower. Hello, Charlie at Happy Valley. G'day, Rowey. Yeah, I was just thinking about that sign about Ken Hinkley, which I don't reckon you ought to really take any notice of as just being one of those dumb things. Yep. But wouldn't it be funny, since they didn't want to identify themselves, wouldn't it be funny if it was John Olsen? Actually, that's how we should have opened the lines. Who was the numbnut that hung the sign up? Was it A, John Olsen, B, David Kosh? Someone on the text line thought it was me. Can I just say one more thing? Yeah, Charlie. About that tomahawk push. You're allowed to push an opponent out of a contest, but I know a push in the back is a different thing, and it wasn't actually a marking contest, was it? No. I don't think. And I think maybe the umpire just maybe saw it as a push to contestant out. Yeah, Charlie. The rule is if you're in front of me and I'm leaning on you with my elbows, I'm allowed to lean off of you. I'm not allowed to extend my arms fully. As soon as I extend my arms fully, that's classed as a push. The other is just holding your ground. That's how the umpires have to adjudicate it. Good luck with that, because they get it wrong more times than not. Good on you, Charlie. Just a little bit of a umpire bash there. Number 22, my favourite. You are a clown. Hello, Steve. Oh, good day, Steve. Hey, having a good night? Oh, not really. I'm getting smashed on the Sip and Save text line. I'm getting people that got no teeth hating on me, people that are cowards hating on me, people that are unemployed hating on me, poor people hating on me. Steve, I'm having a really poor night, to be quite frank. So when do you have a good night? Oh, very rarely, every night you do. Steve. Yeah. I mean, I had a couple of points. Couple of points. Firstly, look, if you play that, Can You Feel It Again, I think someone's going to shove it down your throat. I think we're sick to death of it. What, this one? That one. I played that on the back of Rory Sloane saying they'll make the 8 next year. Now, that's not on me, that's on Rory, Steve. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Second point. Don't roll over that quick, Steve. The second point is Port Adelaide. Who cares? That's my point of it. Yeah, there's a bit of that. Quite a bit. I mean, I'm sure there's a number of Port Adelaide supporters who write this stuff in crayon. The clown who put that one up would be one of them. What if it was in crayon? That would have been really special, Steve. Yeah. Oh, you've cracked me up. And the third one, I was at
Neil Curley's funeral yesterday. It was a great thing. I've got to admit, I felt like it was a bit of a Wayne's World moment for me. You felt like getting on your hands and knees and saying, I'm not worthy. I mean, all the football royalty and that was there. It was just, I saw Thad Newman had turned up for it.
Yeah, he commanded that, Steve.
Just so many.
But you know what? Look, he was the common man, Curls. I wished I had more time with him, and he greeted everyone with fellow workers, Steve, and you would have been as honoured in that room as anyone else, and that's how Curls would have loved it. So thanks for sharing that, Steve. Great stuff. I'll give you a $50 Powers voucher because you actually cracked my chops up with that crayon one. Hello, Paul at Virginia.
Oh, mate, I was ringing up for that $50 voucher.
Oh, well, we can give you one as well if you're any good, Paul.
No, you're right,
give it your best shot.
Just a few points, mate. I'm actually a port supporter, but that numbnuts who hang up that sign, you are right. He's probably unemployed. I've got no teeth either, so who cares?
Yeah.
I just wanted to ring up on Ken Hinkley. A lot of people saying, it's Ken's fault. I'm sick of tired of people saying, it's been 10 years, he hasn't got us to a final. But the thing is, like, this year, everyone expected us to be on top 4, top 2. But the hardest thing is we have no ruckman. All the games that we lost this year was due to having no ruckman. And it wasn't Ken Hinkley that was out there missing those shots for Georgiades and all those close games this year. We have actually, our game plan actually worked, that we came back and almost win the game, but it's not Ken Hinkley who kicks those goals that keep missing it. So I just think the people that are actually bagging Hinkley, if we get another coach to come in and probably take us another 4 or 5 years, I don't have the patience to be waiting another 4 or 5 years for a coach to get us in the finals. I think, give Ken Hinkley his extra year and see what happens. If it doesn't work out, we move on.
Yeah, Paul, there's a lot riding on it. I mean, paying someone out, having respect. I remember back to the prelim final in 2014 in Ken's second year, 2 years into the job, after they were just bone motherless last. They lost by, it was 15-7 to 13-16-94. I went to that final. Can't remember if I called it or not. I might have been in there doing the show, but oh my God, that could have gone either way. They're in a grand final in second year. Right. Would they still be saying, I know it's if buts and candy nuts. The last 2 prelims, okay, last year wasn't good. And I think if that was a little bit better, the hatred probably wouldn't be there. Lost to Richmond the year before by, 5 points?
Yep.
Now, albeit they look better, but they went on to win the flag. I mean, honestly, Port people, they don't hand you flags. You know that. You've got to take them.
They're very tough
You've got to earn them. They're tough to win.
Some clubs hadn't won them for 30, 40 years.
So get this out of your vocab. We expect to win flags. What a crock of crap that is.
It's a tough expectation to live by.
Because
all you
3 flags in 5 years. How's that dated?
How can you only ever be satisfied if you're only winning flags?
Well,
you just walk around miserable for 20 years sometimes.
God, I'd take a top 8 right now, all day, every day.
I think a lot of people would. Both teams in this town at the moment. Let's check your traffic. We'll keep taking your calls after the break. For a new Mitsubishi, you have 2 clear standouts, Wayville and Southern Mitsubishi, driven by Australian Motors.
At Golden Grove, there's a smash on the Golden Way near the Grove Way. At Paradise, there's another collision there, Darley Road near Lower North East Road, causing quite heavy delays at the moment. In the Parklands, there's a blackout near Glen Osmond Road and Hutt Road. That's affecting some traffic lights in the area. Take care there. And we're busy at the moment, Holbrooks Road, Hartley Road to Grange Road. Cameras, Anzac Highway, Ashford and Doothie Streets at Melbourne. Shop local at the Adelaide Central Market, open Tuesday till Saturday with 70 traders under one roof and easy undercover parking. Our market's always Adelaide Central Market. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The Skip, Mark Bickley, talks footy with Rowey each Monday night. Thanks to McGain Real Estate. If you're selling, they have buyers ready to go right now. Sold by McGain. Again.
Get in here. It's Sheeds. We don't have the time to mess around. We can't afford any more downtime, and we need a result. It's about trust, and for hydraulic hose repairs, Ryco 24/7 are the ones. They'll get to you wherever you are. Their vans are on the road with fully qualified repairers, and they are supported by that other great South Australian team, BL Shipway, who I've known for over 30 years. Call Ryco 24/7 on 133247 or visit ryco247.com.au.
G'day, it's Mark Bickley.
For most business PC brands, a 4-hour service guarantee means they'll call you back in 4 hours. But at Leader Computers, a 4-hour service guarantee on Leader's business range means they'll come to your worksite and have you back in business inside 4 hours. Leader Computers are local, made here in Adelaide with better service, better support and speedy turnaround times. Live life local. Live life Leader. Leader Computers. Find your local dealer at leadersystems.com.au.
I'm Kathy Nagel, the Chief Executive Officer of Western Hospital at Henley Beach. Meeting the national safety and quality standards for healthcare settings is a requirement for all private hospitals. This is part of our commitment to you, instilling confidence in providing a quality of care you deserve. Choose a private hospital who is proud to show you their results against the national safety and quality standards. Western Hospital, your hospital that cares. Visit westernhospital.com.au.
Cruising is on the horizon with Phil Hoffman Travel. 2023-24 Princess Cruises offer unique itineraries throughout Australia or even a South Pacific crossing to Vancouver. Cruise into Adelaide on board the Majestic Princess Northern Explorer itinerary for 21 nights, sailing 7th of March 2023 from Sydney, starting from $3,759 per person. Secure your cabin today. Phil Hoffman Travel, proudly South Australian and here for you. Visit pht.com.au.
Patience pays off, especially if you've been holding out for a great deal on a new Volkswagen. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen is now receiving truckloads of new Volkswagens. Yes, they're coming. And they're available at amazing prices. Remember Mawson Lakes Volkswagen for servicing too, with next day servicing and free loan cars. Get a great deal on Volkswagen now. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle or delay. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, just a short drive from the city.
Shane Lynch was just 13 when his parents found dirty magazines under his bed. I mean, they were filthy, covered in concrete, dust and muck. Copies of Dreamy Driveways and Concrete Connoisseur. This fetish later gave birth to Adelaide Exposed Concrete, highly skilled professionals dedicated to pouring perfect concrete paths, sheds and exposed aggregate driveways. AdelaideExposedConcrete.com.au. Best on ground all year round.
Scraped your caravan? Your insurance should cover that. Speak to Walker Crash Repairs and let them fix it.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
9 minutes to 6. Still taking your calls. 8223 0000. Last shout shortly. Now we'll check our injury report for the week on the back of round 19 for Western Hospital, providing the type of quality care you deserve. westernhospital.com.au.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Well, I thought you've got the sheets.
Which one do you want to start?
Let's start with
first?
Port Adelaide, perhaps. They've got a
Okay.
few inclusions potentially this week.
Well, I'll tell you what, that went really well.
It
for
did.
Western Hospital.
Like we rehearsed it.
Lockie Jones could be available this week from a hamstring injury. Love him to come straight back in and go back to the defence, because guess what? Danny Houston is out with the AFL mandatory 12-day concussion protocol. Scotty Lysette's still away. He's got a course of antibiotics. Not good when you get an infection post and op, any man's language. No private health insurance. Well, that doesn't matter. Western Hospital can provide you with a competitive quote. So it looks like Lockie Jones, the only one. Crows, on the other hand. You want to play a couple of these grabs?
We
Shane
might.
McAdam, Matt Crouch, and Andy McPherson and Lukey Brown.
Let's hear about Joshua Shelley first. Here's Matty Burgess.
Joshua Shelley has completed all of his rehab. He'll be involved in training tomorrow and will be available for selection this weekend. Luckily, he's been able to do a reasonable conditioning block. Whether that's enough to get him up for the weekend remains to be seen from a selection point of view, but certainly he'd be available to play.
Darren Burgess, rather.
Yeah.
Shane McAdam's also going to be a test at training this week, which is good news, albeit he was subbed out last week. And Matt Crouch is only had a minor issue come up in the scans this week. He's expected to train tomorrow and hopefully be available this weekend as well for the Crows.
Okie dokie. Hello, Roger.
How you going, dude?
Yeah, going, dude.
I want to know, everyone keeps saying they need a tall defender. How tall is a tall defender?
Oh, I'd say 198, 200.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're at 198.
Or 200.
They're a ruckman.
No, they're not. They're tall defenders now, Rog.
You reckon?
Oh, hell yeah.
How tall's Houston?
Well, one of the best, I think, is Fremantle's tall defender, Pearce.
Alex Pearce.
With the long hair. He's 202. I mean, they're
202?
Yeah, he's a massive...
Where are you going to get him from?
Oh, well, they don't fall off trees, Rog, but they're there.
Oh, how tall's Teagle?
Who?
Bryn Teagle.
202. Yeah. He's a ruckman. 202.
No, he's a backman now.
Teagle?
Yeah.
Bryn Teagle's a ruckman, mate.
No, he's going to be a backman.
Who said that?
I just said it then, dude. He's 202. He's 202 centimetres.
Yeah.
He's our backman.
Okay, there you go. He's your backman, mate.
So it was bereft of me to think, who the hell, what height does a backman have to be?
Well, 198 is a good size.
We've got along back pocket players like 4'2".
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Rog. Have a good afternoon. Fisher Mackessy's 198. He's in the Forbies.
The last shout.
Has everyone caught up with the Manly Sea Eagles Rainbow Pride jumper? It's turned into a fiasco. So just in short, I heard Jade talk about this this afternoon. 7 Manly players refused to wear a Rainbow Pride jumper for this round due to their religious beliefs. Think of Izzy Folau along that line. So Coach Des Hasler, he fronted the media today to apologise to all and sundry.
We are here today to apologise for a significant mistake. The jersey intent was to support the advocacy and human rights pertaining to gender, race, culture, ability and LGBTQ movements. Sadly, the execution of what was intended to be an extremely important and pioneering initiative was poor. There was little consultation or collaboration with key stakeholders. This poor management and project management has caused significant confusion, discomfort and pain for many people.
So it's an error on the club because they didn't consult with their players and respect their beliefs, as equally as the club tried to support the Pride movement. And look, there's no right or wrong for this from where I sit. The club's intentions, I think, were pure. The executive wanted to support the Pride movement, but equally they need to respect the religious beliefs and vice versa. For me, neither's more important than the other. That's about inclusion. So whether it's religious belief, whether it's creed, whether it's colour, whether it's whatever, we are all equal. So there's room for everyone. It just needed to be worked through better. So some really good learnings for sporting clubs. And I hope the AFL take a note and a leaf from that. I've said it before. You've got to leave as much as you can politics, social issues, religion and woke views out of sport because no one can win from it. Now, I know it's a good educational piece and all that sort of stuff. In our current climate, Australia's current climate, no one wins with this because it's always going to be who's offended and a race to who's offended the most or the quickest. Do you know what I mean? And I just think give it all a spell. While we're in this societal phase of evolution of Australia, copying what's happening overseas in America, and I don't even know what bloody woke is, but it gives me the irrits. We don't need to do it in sport. Sport is meant to be pure and a release and a social release and a love and a religion unto itself. We don't have to have things thrown down our throat.
Wish we could go on. It's 6 o'clock. It's time for the news, Rowey. Back tomorrow from 4.
Was that a bit of a sermon?
It was a little bit, but that's okay. Everyone has an opinion. Sports Day SA next, coming up with David Wildy and Malcolm Blythe.
Hey, it's Callum here. As a chef, I know that confidence in the kitchen equals success. The same goes for buying a new Mazda. You can feel confident in the team at Edwardstown Mazda because they've been doing it for years.